Hello everybody, it's Sil and I wanted to welcome you guys back to Clangen, but this time I'm going to be changing it up a bit, where I've already made a new clan and everything, and I've made a little bit of a story, and we're probably going to go through this a little bit slower than my usual videos, but this is so then that way I can kind of branch out into something that's a little bit different than what I have been doing, and hopefully just make it a really fun experience for all of you. So first things first, I'm going to show you who we currently have in our clan, and it is called Partridgeclan. Here we have Wheatstar, Deermark, Downyshade, Echoleg, Alderstripe, Eagleleaf, Curlewpaw, Flickertree, Falconfreckle, and Vinekit. So I'm going to go ahead and pretty much just read off how it got to this point. So Wheatacorn here, that was the original warrior name, Wheatacorn. She was originally part of a faraway clan that was called Cloverclan, and that clan was dealing with heavy amounts of overpopulation, which meant it was hard to keep warriors, kits, or even elders fed. Cats usually starved to death, and the leader at the time was quite bloodthirsty and would lead them into battle for territory very often against the other clans that were there, due to the fact that they were really getting much more of a population and they needed more territory to hunt in. Their leader, Dullstar, originally set out a patrol to deal with a fox issue. Wheatacorn was part of it, and she didn't want to be sent to her death, as the rest of the cats that were there were pretty weak and already starting to starve. She told the others in the patrol that they could all just leave and start somewhere new. Only a couple of cats from the original patrol went with her. That was Deermark, Echoleg, Flickertree, Falconfreckle, and Falconfreckle. They were the ones that decided to follow Wheatacorn and decided to go up into the mountains with her, being led by Starclan to pick up a couple of other cats that needed their help, which was Alderstripe and Eagleleaf. They had originally been traveling and decided to join these group of cats who may be able to help them survive, as they had originally been having trouble finding food and kept getting driven out by Cloverclan. They then stumbled upon two former kitty pets that were dumped into the forest by Two Legs, and the group immediately went to accept them, gaining Curlewpaw and Vinekit. They eventually found their home in the mountains, where they met Downyshade, who was led there by the starry cats in his dreams. Late at night, Wheatacorn and Downyshade were led by Starclan to a waterfall that reflected the moon. Touching the water, she ended up in Starclan, where she would gain her 9 lives and become Wheatstar, choosing to have Deermark here be her deputy, as she did want somebody that was older than her and did have more life experience to help her run this clan. So as you can see, Wheatstar here is loyal, and she's a good fighter. I'm not going to really read her leader ceremony for this, mainly because I kind of want it to be a little bit of a secret right now, so then that way we can potentially come up with some stories for it for later. Here's Deermark. Deermark, she's adventurous and a great speaker. Downyshade, he's altruistic and smart. He's taking a bit of interest in Curlewpaw's journey as an apprentice. He's still a little bit unsure about everybody, but you know, he's just kind of doing his best and trying to get used to clan life. Echoleg, he's playful and a fantastic teacher. Looks like he woke up on the wrong side of the nest, but he really enjoys taking care of Vinekit and being able to play with him. Alderstripe, he is loyal and a fantastic teacher. He's got low experience. He's currently helping to reinforce the camp with brambles, and he and Eagleleaf are super close with each other. They obtained clan names after they joined the group. Then here's Eagleleaf. He's empathetic and a great hunter, and also has Curlewpaw as his apprentice. He was very surprised that he got Curlewpaw as an apprentice, considering he has very low experience, but Wheatstar thought that Curlewpaw could benefit from his empathetic nature. And here's Curlewpaw. She wants to be taught an advanced hunting move, and she's cold. She's pretty upset about just being abandoned by two legs like that. She wasn't happy about it. She has heterochromia. This eye is hazel, while that eye is yellow. I think she could use to take on a little bit from Eagleleaf and not be as cold. Here's Flickertree. He's childish and a camp keeper. He likes to tidy around things on the camp and kind of do little things here and there so that he can get his exercise. Though he's not too fond of the mountain snowy weather and how cold it can get. Falconfreckle, she is loving and extremely smart. She's currently in the medicine den. She does her best to really try and help out everybody, and she's probably the one that Kit sits Vinekit the most whenever the other cats are out on patrol. Then here's little Vinekit. He's a bouncy little kitten. He's chattering at the birds and some trees above. He's very excited about a lot of things, and he's very close to Curlewpaw, although it's a little bit one-sided. He wants to get to know her and just basically be her best friend. And at Starclan we have Sycamore Claw here, and we have nobody else currently, as I want to believe that they started in a completely new place, where they are going to then have a brand new Starclan. So I'm going to say it was Sycamore Claw who kind of gave all the lives to Wheatstar. At least, you know, in this canon anyway. In the description, I will put down the full story that I've written down below. So first things first, we're going to go on a little bit of a patrol here, where they're going to do some training together. And Curlewpaw's okay. Let's see. Managed to find some marigold and tansy. That's pretty good. See, nothing interesting for this moon. Telling some stories to Downyshade. Deermark's developing a crush on Downyshade. Interesting. See a couple of positives here. Downyshade bickered with Falconfreckle. Curlewpaw bickered with Flickertree. Echoleg wasn't happy with Deermark. Alderstripe and Eagleleaf are still having a good time together. Let's see, checking out the interesting life of eagles. Got some Betony and Goldenrod. Wheatstar and Downyshade became mates? Ooh. Oh no, Deermark. Oh, Deermark. Ooh. Ooh. That's gotta hurt. It honestly does, because you do have a romantic love for Downyshade, but Wheatstar just became mates with Downyshade. They do love each other very much. It's a bit interesting. Usually medicine cats are not allowed to have mates, but considering the clan is so small, I'm gonna allow it, if that makes sense. Let's see, managed to talk about having a potential vision. Let's see, Wheatstar got sore. That's okay. Wheatstar's better. Curlewpaw has a runny nose. We now have Vinepaw, who has Alderstripe. I think that's nice to give these two the apprentices. So Vinepaw is charismatic. Okay. I'm guessing he's just over the moon to be with Curlewpaw again, although she's about to become a warrior. So they're not going to share the same den for too long. Let's see, learning about the dangers of Kia birds. Checking out some hummingbirds. Got some wild garlic and mallow. Okay. Deermark went missing, and we now have Curlewfoot. Let's see. Wheatstar and Downyshade have a little small something. Deermark and Echoleg, Falconfreckle and Echoleg. Flickertree apologizes to Downyshade. Vinepaw likes Falconfreckle. Downyshade complains something that Curlewfoot did. Curlewfoot shares prey with Falconfreckle. Eagleleaf listens to Deermark's woes. Oh, because... oh dear. Downyshade. Oh goodness. Curlewfoot, she's now compassionate, so she did, her heart did soften after having Eagleleaf, so I'm gonna write that in her history here. There we go. I'm sorry it's all like in one paragraph, but you saw how I tried. But there we go. Vinepaw just became an apprentice, and already now Curlewfoot is away. She's currently has a runny nose, which isn't too bad. Gonna go ahead and have these two go out on patrol where they do some training and they learn some new hunting techniques. Let's see, got a bunch of moss. Flickertree has decided to be a mediator and Curlewfoot is feeling better. Let's see, here's a joke. Called Flickertree by the wrong name. Telling how much they cherish. Small negative. Another small negative. Made a joke. Listening to an issue. Oh, Eagleleaf and Alderstripe are having a little thing right now. Echoleg caught Alderstripe in a lie, and Alderstripe caught Eagleleaf in a lie. Okay. I guess they're both having a little bit of some issues right now. Let's see. Learning about Kia birds. Got some thyme and goldenrod upon the patrol. Got heat exhaustion and the mallow went bad. Wheatstar and Eagleleaf are okay. Deermark and Wheatstar. Vinepaw was complaining about Falconfreckle. Flickertree pounced on Vinepaw. Vinepaw helped Falconfreckle. Downyshade called Alderstripe in a lie. Curlewpaw and Downyshade have a small positive. Eagleleaf and Echoleg have a small positive. Echoleg and Wheatstar have a positive. Okay, and then that's just neutral. Interesting. Yeah, there's a little bit of dislike right now, but you still really respect one another. I think it's just a little spat currently. I don't think it's anything super big. Let's see, doing some training, talking about potentially having a vision. Got a whole bunch of moss. Got some new moss. Wheatstar and Curlewfoot, small negative. Deermark and Vinepaw, small positive. Falconfreckle and Curlewfoot, negative. Flickertree, Wheatstar, small positive. Vinepaw and Falconfreckle, positive. Downyshade, Wheatstar, neutral. Curlewfoot, Wheatstar, positive. Eagleleaf and Alderstripe, positive. Echoleg, Deermask, positive. Alderstripe, called Vinepaw by the wrong name. Yeah, I imagine that would be a small negative. But I do want to have these two mediate. I will allow romantic feelings. Oh, some romantic interest. Interesting. Maybe that's why they were fighting. They have a little bit of a romantic interest in one another. But we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Learning about towhee birds that can call like a cat. Got a bunch of daisy and dandelion. Echoleg feels better. Wheatstar, Falconfreckle, positive. Deermark, Curlewfoot, positive. Falconfreckle, Flickertree, small negative. Flickertree, Vinepaw, small negative. Vinepaw, Eagleleaf, positive. Downyshade, Deermark, small negative. Curlewfoot, Echoleg, positive. Eagleleaf, Echoleg, negative. Echoleg, Deermark, small negative. Alderstripe, Deermark's negative. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this again with those two. Trust increase, jealousy decrease, dislike decrease. Okay, so they both have romantic feelings for one another. Interesting. I'll let them choose when they want to be mates. I could just make them mates, but it's nice to just let them choose to do so. Got some juniper and oak leaves. Very good. We now have Vine Heart. Echoleg sprained their paw. Alderstripe has a runny nose. Bettany went bad. Wheatstar, Alderstripe, small positive. Deermark, Eagleleaf, small negative. Falconfreckle, Downyshade, negative. Flickertree, Falconfreckle, small negative. Vineheart, Curlewfoot, small negative. Downyshade, Curlewfoot, negative. Curlewfoot, Wheatstar, positive. Eagleleaf, Deermark, small negative. Echoleg, Deermark, positive. Alderstripe, Deermark, small positive. Okay. Let's see. I do want these two to get some mediation here. There's a little bit of a romantic like, but I'm not too sure how well they're going to do because Vineheart here is a bit sneaky. But we'll just have to see how that really goes. You two still have love for each other. You know what, I'll go ahead and just make them mates at this point. There we go, they're at 2 hearts now. They can also always, break up at any point. We found a kitty pet whose name is now Coralclaw. And we've accepted them into the clan. We got some wild garlic. Let's check out Coralclaw. Coralclaw, he is sneaky and very smart. Formerly a kitty pet. Okay. He was sneaking around the territory. There we go. There we go. Now we have a little history for him. We'll go ahead and hit save. Eagleleaf has green cough. Alderstripe's better. Echoleg's better. Let's see. Wheatstar, fine heart, positive. Deermark, fine heart, negative. Falconfreckle, Downyshade, small positive. Flickertree, vine heart, positive. Fine heart, Downyshade, small positive. Downyshade, Falconfreckle, positive. Curlewfoot, Eagleleaf, neutral. Eagleleaf, Alderstripe, negative. Echoleg, Downyshade, positive. Alderstripe, fine heart, positive. Coralclaw, Wheatstar, negative. Okay. Time to do another mediation with these two. Dislike slowly going down. That's the main thing I want versus just romantic. Let's see, got some goldenrod. Telling a whole bunch of stories to keep everybody entertained. Flickertree went to another clan to have some herb gathering disputes, but no progress was made. Okay. Wheatstar, Curlewfoot, small positive. Deermark, Wheatstar, small positive. Falconfreckle, Eagleleaf, small negative. Flickertree, Vineheart, positive. Vineheart, Coralclaw, negative. Downyshade, Curlewfoot, positive. Curlewfoot, Vineheart, positive. Eagleleaf, Deermark, negative. Echoleg, Eagleleaf, positive. Alderstripe, Deermark, positive. Coralclaw, Flickertree, positive. Okay. We need to mediate more within these two. There we go, dislike still going down. Alrighty. Got a whole bunch of moss. And managed to catch a nice big rat. No, Eagleleaf. Eagleleaf died of green cough. No. And Alderstripe has a dislocated leg. Curlewfoot especially is upset because that was her mentor. And Alderstripe is obviously upset. Oh, goodness. Poor Eagleleaf. Yeah, we see that he died of green cough. Oh boy, oh boy. Poor Alderstripe, he now just lost originally his best friend and mate, and all due to his sickness. That's just absolutely terrible. I probably shouldn't have allowed romantic in that case, but it's fine. Let's see, got some poppy on that patrol. Alderstripe is feeling better and has recovered from his dislocated joint, and Echoleg has now joined the elders. Let's see, Wheatstar, Echoleg's negative, Deermark, Falconfreckle negative, Falconfreckle, Downyshade small negative, Flickertree, Wheatstar small positive, Fineheart, Downyshade negative, Downyshade, Wheatstar positive, Curlewpaw, Downyshade positive, Echoleg, Downyshade positive, Alderstripe, Deermark negative, Coralclaw, Alderstripe positive. Okay. Echoleg is now playful and has valuable insight. Let's check out these two some more. They still have some dislike. Okay, platonic like did increase. Okay. Let's see, got some horsetail and some moss on that patrol. Good. Wheatstar, Deermark, Downyshade, and Echoleg are feeling better. Deermark got an injured leg due to a 2-leg trap. Wheatstar, Echoleg, small negative. Deermark, Flickertree positive. Falconfreckle, Coralclaw positive. Flickertree, Vineheart, small positive. Fineheart, Curlewfoot positive. Downyshade, Flickertree, small positive. Curlewfoot, Deermark positive. Echoleg, Deermark, small negative. Alderstripe, Curlewfoot, neutral. Coralclaw, Alderstripe positive. Okay. Let's see. There is some dislike with Falconfreckle, so I will mediate where that has gone down. Okay. Got some wild garlic, which is good. We now have a new cat in the clan named Stumpy Tail. Fineheart and Curlewfoot feel better. Coralclaw has a stomach ache. Echoleg feels as if there's going to be bad weather on its way. Wheatstar and Falconfreckle positive. Deermark, Downyshade negative. Falconfreckle, Alderstripe small negative. Flickertree, Vineheart positive. Vineheart, Curlewfoot small negative. Downyshade, Curlewfoot neutral. Curlewfoot, Vineheart negative. Echoleg, Vineheart positive. Alderstripe, Downyshade neutral. Coralclaw, Downyshade small positive. Okay, who's Stumpy Tail? Stumpy Tail, she's lonesome and a great hunter. She was formerly a kitty pet. There we go. She came because she was very lonely with her 2 legs. I think that's pretty good for her. Now we're going to go ahead and just do some more patrols where we got some daisy and blackberry. Warning about potential death berries. Deermark has now joined the elders. Deermark has 1 weak leg. Echoleg's joint pain's feeling better. Claw's feeling better. Tansy went bad. And Alderstripe is now the deputy. Interesting. Wheatstar Claw, small negative. Deermark Downyshade, small positive. Falconfreckle Downyshade, small negative. Flickertree Alderstripe, small positive. Fineheart Curlewfoot, positive. Downyshade Claw, neutral. Curlewfoot Downyshade, positive. Echoleg Claw, positive. Alderstripe Wheatstar, small negative. Claw Downyshade, neutral. Okay. Alright. You're going to have to write down how he feels about being deputy. Yeah, so since he has dealt with quite a lot, especially, with his mate dying so suddenly after just finally getting things done and getting injured and everything, I do feel like Wheatstar did notice that, and she thought he would be a very good deputy to have. Oh, I forgot to mention that one crush. Yeah, she wasn't super upset with either of them. She was a little bit, but nothing really big. She got scarred by her 2-leg trap and has a weak leg, which I'd say isn't really all that bad. Gonna mediate a little bit between them. Just a smidge. Let's see, managed to catch a rabbit together. Got some dandelion and wild garlic. That's pretty good. Flickertree has a plan to solve an issue, and Alderstripe currently has some heat stroke right now. Wheatstar, Echoleg, positive. Deermark, Downyshade, small positive. Falconfreckle, Downyshade, small negative. Flickertree, Curlewfoot, small negative. Vineheart, Curlewfoot, negative. Downyshade, Coralclaw, small positive. Curlewfoot, Wheatstar, small negative. Echoleg, Curlewfoot, small positive. Alderstripe, Falconfreckle, positive. Coralclaw, Flickertree, positive. Okay. Gonna just do some herb gathering where we got some poppy together. Let's see, Deermark was breaking the warrior code. That's not good. Flickertree made things worse with another clan. Vineheart and Curlewfoot have decided to be mates. And Alderstripe has recovered from heat stroke. Wheatstar and Flickertree, small negative. Deermark, Downyshade, positive. Falconfreckle, Echoleg, positive. Flickertree, Wheatstar, positive. Vineheart, Falconfreckle, positive. Downyshade, Vineheart, negative. Curlewfoot, Wheatstar, positive. Echoleg, Deermark, small positive. Alderstripe, Deermark, negative. Coralclaw, Downyshade, negative. And then they became mates. Okay. I do want to check out the relationship, though. They do still border some dislike for each other, which I think should be mediated. There can obviously be dislike, but I think it's important to work that out. Okay, trust increase, platonic increase, dislike decrease. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good to have them do that, as, you know, that kind of thing in relationships can get pretty tricky. Let's see. Got some horsetail and some moss. Okay. Flickertree, personal disputes. Marigold went bad. Wheatstar, Downyshade, positive. Deermark, Wheatstar, positive. Falconfreckle, Wheatstar, small positive. Flickertree, Echoleg, small negative. Vineheart, Alderstripe, positive. Downyshade, Curlewfoot, negative. Curlewfoot, Wheatstar, negative. Echoleg, Wheatstar, small positive. Alderstripe, Vineheart, negative. Coralclaw, Vineheart, positive. Okay. Interesting. I'm just going to keep these two going for right now. Romantic interest increase, platonic increase, jealousy decrease, dislike decreased. Okay. Let's see, got some burdock and a bunch of plantain. Did not manage to hunt. Okay. Flickertree feels better. Vineheart survived a snake bite. Wheatstar, Downyshade, positive. Deermark, Echoleg, negative. Falconfreckle, Downyshade, positive. Flickertree, Alderstripe, negative. Vineheart, Alderstripe, small negative. Downyshade, Flickertree, negative, small negative. Curlewfoot, Deermark, positive. Echoleg, Deermark, small negative. Alderstripe, Downyshade, positive. Stumpytail, Downyshade, positive. Coralclaw, Flickertree, small negative. Okay. Alright. How are these two doing? Yeah, their dislike's pretty down, I'd say. Let's see, Stumpytail doesn't really have a lot of friends. So I think that's something that they both could really use. So I'm not going to allow anything romantic. But just, you know, start a little something so that Stumpytail can feel a bit more included. Let's see, managed to find a bunch of ragwort and burdock. Pretty good. Wheatstar feels the responsibility of leadership's crushing her. Curlewfoot has a white cough. Deermark's wearing a laurel plant. Ragwort went bad. Wheatstar, Curlewfoot, small positive. Deermark, Wheatstar, small negative. Falconfreckle, Stumpytail, small negative. Flickertree, Echoleg, negative. Vineheart, Flickertree, negative. Downyshade, Stumpytail, negative. Curlewfoot, Deermark, positive. Echoleg, Downyshade, negative. Alderstripe, Downyshade, positive. Stumpytail, Falconfreckle, small negative. Coralclaw, Wheatstar, positive. Okay. Let's have these two. Yeah, they're becoming slightly a bit more comfortable. It's okay if they're not friends. I just want to include her a bit more. I'm gonna have these three. Did not manage to get anything. Those two got a whole bunch of moss. Oh dear. Flickertree has a stomach ache. Vineheart died from the poison of the snake bite. Curlewfoot no longer has white cough. Yeah, Curlewfoot's gonna be real upset about it. Unfortunately, Vineheart, sometimes that does happen. I do need to make a thing in her history, though. There we go. I forgot to mention about that, but yeah, no, now we got two cats who had mates are grieving pretty bad. Not that I blame them. Those two are still going very strong. Having some trust and respect slowly build, which is good. Let's see, we've got a whole bunch of burdock. That's pretty good. Stumpytail broke her leg. Flickertree's stomach aches better. Deermark is caught outside the clan territory. What are you doing, Deermark? Wheatstar, Coralclaw, small negative. Deermark, Alderstripe, small positive. Falconfreckle, Curlewfoot, positive. Flickertree, Wheatstar, positive. Downyshade, Stumpytail, small negative. Curlewfoot, Alderstripe, positive. Yeah, because they both lost a mate. Echoleg, Stumpytail, positive. Alderstripe, Downyshade, positive. Stumpytail, Deermark, positive. Claw, Echoleg, negative. Okay. So you got a whole bunch of moss for the clan. Flickertree, recent border disputes. Curlewfoot feels better. Alderstripe has decided to move on from Eagleleaf. Burdock went bad. Wheatstar, Downyshade positive. Deermark, Curlewfoot positive. Falconfreckle, Coralclaw negative. Flickertree, Alderstripe negative. Downyshade, Flickertree positive. Curlewfoot, Flickertree, small negative. Echoleg, Curlewfoot positive. Alderstripe, Deermark negative. Stumpytail, Echoleg negative. Coralclaw, Wheatstar, small positive. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna mediate that a little bit. Just a little bit. Managed to find a lot of thyme and goldenrod. That's pretty good. The mullein went bad, but that's fine. Wheatstar, Downyshade negative. Deermark, Curlewfoot positive. Falconfreckle, Stumpytail, small positive. Flickertree, Coralclaw positive. Downyshade, Flickertree negative, small negative. Curlewfoot, Downyshade positive. Echoleg, Stumpytail, small positive. Alderstripe, Falconfreckle, small negative. Stumpytail, Downyshade positive. Coralclaw, Downyshade positive. Okay, good. Let's see. Yeah, there's some dislike there. So we're going to work on that just a smidge. Just a smidge. Let's see, got a whole bunch of lungwort. That's pretty good. Wheatstar lost a life defending Curlewfoot from a fox. Falconfreckle feels better. Falconfreckle and Downyshade drowned. No. Flickertree was also buried alive in a mudslide. Oh dear. You've already had 3 cats die now. Poor Downyshade. And then there was Flickertree, and then Falconfreckle. Goodness, a majority of our cats are just gone now. Goodness, we're gonna have to write that. Goodness me. Yeah, I imagine Deermark would still be sad about it too. Yeah, Partridgeclan isn't doing that great with all this death, but unfortunately, that's just how it's gonna happen. Oh, Deermark is accusing Alderstripe of being a bad deputy. That's not good. It's pretty bad. And Alderstripe is complained something about Deermark did. I'm pretty sure that's the accusation. So, yeah, I imagine that would be the case. We do need to have a medicine cat, but I kind of want to figure it out when we get there. I don't think it's good to cross the Thunder Path right now. Things aren't going the best for everybody. Let's see. Managed to practice teamwork with each other. That's good. Stumpytail's better. Things are better. Catmit's gone bad. Told some spooky, scary stories. Things are slowly returning to normal. But I am worried that we don't have a medicine cat. Everyone's grief is slowly starting to lessen. We're not going to catch that rabbit. Coralclaw brought 2 kids to camp. Curlewpaw has decided to move on from Vineheart. Stumpytail has white cough and Echoleg has a stomach ache. That's not good. Coralclaw brought Marigold Kit. He's a daring kit and he's half clan. Interesting. River Kit, she's an impulsive kitten. Okay. That's very interesting. So you managed to delve into some ghost stories. Coralclaw believes he's part of a new prophecy. Echoleg feels better, and Dandelion went bad. I'm not checking out too much of the relationships right now, as I'm trying to see if we can get another medicine cat. We do have a loner that has joined. Pheasant. Loving and a good speaker. He's injured. He only has a torn pelt. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to be our new medicine cat. Because we do need one. And we will give him a full name, which is going to be, let's see, Pheasant Call. Stumpytail has now joined the elders. Pheasant Call feels better. Horsetail went bad, but that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, she's still lonesome, but that's okay. Let's see. Managed to get some wild garlic, which is good. Wheatstar now has white cough. Stumpytail's better. Wheatstar has decided to move on from Downyshade. It's not good. Got a bunch of marigold. A rogue left their litter and Pheasant Call adopted them, and Wheatstar's now recovered, thankfully. So Pheasant Call adopted Trout Kit, Rootkit, and Lakekit. Okay, Troutkit has reoccurring shock. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Managed to hunt. Got some marigold and goldenrod. Stumpytail has a splinter. Echoleg has a sprain. Wheatstar Coral Claw negative. Deermark Wheatstar small negative. Curlewfoot Coral Claw negative. Echoleg Curlewfoot small positive. Alderstripe Stumpytail small negative. Stumpytail Troutkit small negative. Coral Claw Curlewfoot small negative. Marigold Kit Lakekit positive. River Kit Marigold Kit small positive. Pheasant Call Alderstripe positive. Trout Kit River Kit small negative. Rook Kit Pheasant Call small positive. Lake Kit Rook Kit small positive. Okay, good. Relations with the other clan is improved. Couldn't make any sense of a vision. Okay. Marigold Paw has Curlewfoot. Riverpaw has Wheatstar. Deermark and Landroid to Echoleg healed. Alderstripe has a claw wound. Stumpytail's okay. Marigold Paw got sore. Wheatstar Echoleg small negative. Deermark Coral Claw negative. Curlewfoot Deermark positive. Echoleg Curlewfoot positive. Alderstripe Stumpytail small negative. Stumpytail Rookkit positive. Coral Claw Troutkit small positive. Marigold Paw Lakekit positive. Riverpaw Coral Claw negative. Pheasant Call Alderstripe small negative. Troutkit Lakekit negative. Rookkit Pheasant Call small positive. Lakekit Troutkit small negative. Okay. Yeah, Marigold Paw has Curlewfoot. Is currently sore. Riverpaw is ambitious and has Wheatstar. Yeah, I imagine Coral Claw may not be too happy about the fact that he mated with a different clan cat. Is he going to do some training where they learn some new hunting techniques with one another? Learning about how to climb the rocky cliffs. Got a bunch of raspberries. Troutkit has Coral Claw. Rookkit has Wheatstar. Deermark's better. Stumpytail's sore. Marigold Paw's better. Pheasant Call passed away due to having a snake bite. Oh. Oh no. I'm going to go ahead and write down their history. I wish I could copy paste, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make Rookpaw the Menacing Cat Apprentice. Because we do need one, and it's honestly, I do feel like it would be better, especially since Wheatstar already has an apprentice. So instead, Rookpaw shall be our Medicine Cat Apprentice. And then we have Lakepaw. Yeah, and I don't think Coralclaw should be having 2 apprentices right now. So we're gonna change some mentors here. So I think that Alderstripe would be a good mentor to Troutpaw. And as for Lakepaw, no. Lakepaw's gonna still have Coralclaw for now. So they're gonna go ahead and do some training together, where they learn some new fighting techniques, manage to smooth over a disagreement. Stumpytail's better. Bonding with another Menacing Cat Apprentice. Wheatstar and Echoleg positive, Deermask, Wheatstar small positive, Curlewfoot, Marigold Paw small negative, Echoleg Alderstripe negative, Alderstripe Curlewfoot negative, Stumpytail Wheatstar small negative, Coralclaw Troutpaw positive, Marigold Paw Riverpaw small positive, Riverpaw Troutpaw small negative, Troutpaw Marigold Paw small negative, Rookpaw Lakepaw small negative, Lakepaw Rookpaw small negative. Okay. They're just kind of going through little petty drama right now. Nothing very big. Let's see. Learning about the territory. There's a badger in the territory. Alderstripe healed from the claw wound. Riverpaw twisted their paw. Learning about hummingbirds. There's still a badger in the territory. Wheatstar, yeah, still loyal and a good fighter. Riverpaw's better. Alderstripe has fleas. See, learning some new hunting techniques. Coralclaw's white cough now, that's not good. Wheatstar Stumpytail positive, Deermark Echoleg small negative, Curlewfoot Deermark positive, Echoleg Wheatstar positive, Alderstripe Coralclaw positive, Stumpytail Echoleg positive, Coralclaw Wheatstar small negative, Marigold Paw Troutpaw negative, Riverpaw Lakepaw neutral, Troutpaw Coralclaw positive, Rookpaw Lakepaw negative, Lakepaw Troutpaw neutral. Okay. Again, a lot of it's very little things. Couldn't remember how his story went. Blocked an exit for a badger. Marigold Paw is now Marigold Ice. River Paw is now River Nose. Lake Paw has different pronouns. Trout Paw feels better, Rook Paw feels better, and Lake Paw feels better. Okay. Wheatstar Alderstripe small positive, Deermark Curlewfoot positive, Curlewfoot Rookpaw small negative, Echoleg Deermark small negative, Alderstripe Deermark negative, Stumpytail Echoleg small positive, Coralclaw Deermark positive, Marigold Ice Coralclaw positive, Rivernose Curlewfoot negative, Troutpaw Rookpaw negative, Rookpaw Lakepaw small negative, Lakepaw Marigold Ice small positive. Marigold Ice is adventurous and a great speaker. And Rivernose, she's strange and a good fighter. Okay. She has, yeah, he still has reoccurring shock. Lakepaw is non-binary. Yes, I am using Lakepaw's old pronouns to showcase that they now have new pronouns. Taking it from the past is all. So let's see. You two are going to do some training. Did not get the point of the lesson. Learning about towhee birds. Gonna do some herb gathering. Got a bunch of mullein and thyme. That's pretty good. We now have Trout Run. Rookpaw is now Rookleaf. Lakepaw is now Lake Throat. Coralclaw's better. Deermark has ticks. Trout Run Splinter's better. Goldenrod went bad. Let's see, Wheatstar, Lakepaw at the time, small positive. Deermark Rivernose negative. Curlewfoot Marigold Ice small negative. Echoleg Deermark positive. Alderstripe Rookpaw small negative. Stumpytail Rivernose small positive. Coralclaw Marigold Ice positive. Marigold Ice Curlewfoot positive. Rivernose Rookpaw positive. Trout Run with Lake Throat negative. Rookleaf Coralclaw negative. Lake Throat Rookleaf negative. So Rookleaf, he's righteous and a good healer. He's feeling excited. Trout Run, he's loyal and a great teacher. He's helping to gather herbs for his brother. Lake Throat, they're cold and very smart. I guess that's why they don't get along too well. Let's see. Manage to hunt very well. Got a bunch of moss and some burdock. Echoleg brought 3 kids to camp. Rivernose went missing. Trout Run believes he's part of a new prophecy and is wearing a laurel plant. Echoleg was grabbed and dropped by an eagle but survived. Alderstripe's free of fleas. Coralclaw broke his leg. Goldenrod went bad. Okay. Let's see. Wheatstar, Deermark positive. Deermark Curlewfoot negative. Curlewfoot Deermark positive. Echoleg Alderstripe, small positive. Alderstripe Wheatstar, small negative. Stumpy-tail Coralclaw, small positive. Coralclaw Marigold Ice, positive. Marigold Ice Rivernose, small positive. Rivernose Deermark, negative. Troutrun Stumpy-tail, small negative. Rookleaf Troutrun, negative. Lakethroat tripped after one of the kits, small negative. Okay, so Echoleg brought in Odd Kit. She's a little daydreamer kit. She has outsider roots, so Echoleg mated with a non-clan cat. Wasp Kit, he's insecure. So we have one girl, one boy. And then we have Swift Kit, he's a quiet kitten. So 2 boys and 1 girl. Okay. Interesting. So you're going to do some herb gathering where they could not find the patch of garlic. Managed to talk nicely with yet another clan. Alderstripe's wearing some jay feathers. Deermark's tick bites are better. Marigold Ice sprained their paw. Rookleaf has green cough. That's not good. We can't lose another medicine cat. Wheatstar Coralclaw, negative. Deermark Alderstripe, small negative. Curlewfoot Deermark, positive. Echoleg Stumpy-tail, positive. Alderstripe Wheatstar, positive. Stumpy-tail Alderstripe, small positive. Coralclaw Curlewfoot, positive. Marigold Ice Swift Kit, small positive. Rivernose Lakethroat, small negative. Troutrun Odd Kit, small positive. Rookleaf Swift Kit, positive. Lakethroat Deermark, negative. Odd Kit Wasp Kit, positive. Wasp Kit Swift Kit, small negative. Swift Kit Marigold Ice, positive. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Managed to tell an exciting, scary story. There's an infection in Echoleg's broken bone. Rookleaf is better. Marigold Ice has recovered. Stumpy-tail injured herself. Wheatstar Wasp Kit, negative. Deermark Curlewfoot, small negative. Curlewfoot Coralclaw, positive. Echoleg Rivernose, small positive. Alderstripe Stumpy-tail, small positive. Stumpy-tail Rivernose, small negative. Coralclaw Alderstripe, small negative. Marigold Ice Rookleaf, small positive. Rivernose Troutrun, negative. Troutrun Stumpy-tail, negative. Rookleaf Deermark, small positive. Lakethroat Stumpy-tail, negative. Odd Kit Wasp Kit, small negative. Wasp Kit Swift Kit, positive. Swift Kit Stumpy-tail, small negative. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Echoleg, he's not doing so good. But we're just gonna have to see what happens. Let's see. Managed to settle a dispute. Could not find any blackberries, unfortunately. Echoleg's wounds no longer infected. Stumpy-tail recovered from dislocated joint. Swift Kit is currently injured from a claw wound due to a hawk. Hopefully Swift Kit will be okay. Let's see. Troutrun's okay. Got some Betony and Goldenrod. Coralclaw's a runny nose. Lakethroat has a stomachache. Lakethroat and Marigold Ice became mates. Okay. Rookleaf is trying to help Swift Kit fight off a growing infection in that claw wound. Oh, baby. Wheatstar Coralclaw positive, Deermark Curlewfoot positive, Curlewfoot Coralclaw small positive, Echoleg Curlewfoot positive, Alderstripe Coralclaw positive, Stumpytail Oddkit small negative, Coralclaw Alderstripe positive, Marigold Ice Lakethroat negative, Rivernose Marigold Ice small negative, Trout Run Waspkit negative, Rookleaf Lakethroat positive, Lakethroat Echoleg negative, Oddkit Swiftkit small positive, Waspkit Oddkit small negative, Swiftkit Waspkit positive. I don't know how those two became mates when I don't think that they like each other. Yeah, no, there's some dislike there, but I'm not going to dictate their relationship. Let's see. Could not fight away the fox, but did not get hurt in return. And all of the catmint got destroyed. Goodness. Wheatstar lost a life. Echoleg was killed by a badger. Lakethroat stomachache left. Swiftkit's infection has abated. Well, rest in peace, Echoleg. There we go. Just gonna keep it simple like that. There we go. Checking for that badger. Couldn't find any mullen. Alderstripe now has Oddpaw. Wasppaw has Rivernose. Swiftpaw has Wheatstar. Coralclaw no longer has a runny nose, and Swiftpaw died from their claw wound. And of course their siblings are super upset. Goodness me. Poor Swiftpaw. He was charismatic, but at least he's with his mother. See, Oddpaw is altruistic. Goodness, these poor children losing their mother and then losing their brother so close in range too. Let's see. Yeah, River Noise has Wasp Paw. Whilst I don't mind River Nose, I think maybe Curlewfoot would be a bit better with the compassion that she has. I think that would be a little bit better for her. Sorry, him. That was my bad. So you managed to get a lot of mullein and thyme. Let's see. Wheatstar feels better. Coralclaw's broken bone is better. Wheatstar Marigold Ice positive. Deermark Coralclaw negative. Curlewfoot Alderstripe positive. Alderstripe Stumpy Tail small negative. Stumpy Tail Coralclaw small negative. Coralclaw Curlewfoot small positive. Marigold Ice Rivernose small negative. Rivernose Rookleaf positive. Troutrun Rookleaf positive. Rookleaf Coralclaw small positive. Lakethroat Rivernose positive. Oddpaw Wasppaw positive. Wasppaw Curlewfoot positive. Okay. It's pretty good, I'd say. So you're gonna do some training where they learn about the hummingbird. See, learning some new fighting techniques. Got a whole bunch of new moss there. Wasppaw gave Rookleaf some red feathers. Rookleaf brought 2 kits into camp. Interesting. Deermark is feeling better. Marigold Ice sprained paw. Rookleaf has heat exhaustion. And the lungwort went bad. Wheatstar Deermark small negative. Deermark Rookleaf small negative. Curlewfoot Wheatstar positive. Alderstripe Wheatstar positive. Stumpy Tail Wasppaw small positive. Coralclaw Lakethroat positive. Marigold Ice Wasppaw negative. Rivernose Marigold Ice positive. Troutrun Wasppaw positive. Rookleaf was one of the kits small negative. Lakethroat Stumpy Tail small negative. Oddpaw Stumpy Tail positive. Wasppaw Oddpaw small positive. Let's check out these kits. So Rookleaf brought in Pansy Kit, he's a bouncy kitten, and Tuft Kit, he's a noisy kitten, and they're both half clan. Okay. Very interesting development here. Interesting. I don't know, something about it's a bit odd to me for Rookleaf, but at the same time, I mean, his father was also a single parent. He's got heat exhaustion, but I think he'll be fine. Curlewfoot's still not here, so instead you're going to have Wheatstar. Wasppaw is unharmed, that's good. Checking for a badger in the territory. Finding a lovely little sunny spot for themselves. Coralclaw brought 2 kits back to camp. Oh my goodness. Oddpaw went missing for a couple days. Curlewfoot's better. Marigold Ice sprains healed. Rookleaf's better. The lungwort went bad. Wheatstar is telling a story to Alderstripe, positive. Deermark Curlewfoot small negative. Curlewfoot Troutrun positive. Alderstripe Troutrun small negative. Stumpy Tail Coralclaw positive. Coralclaw Wheatstar negative. Marigold Ice Rivernose positive. Rivernose Alderstripe neutral. Troutrun Pansy Kit small positive. Rookleaf Tuft Kit positive. Lakethroat Pansy Kit small positive. Oddpaw, Wasppaw, small negative, Wasppaw, Oddpaw, small positive, Pansykit, and another kit, small negative, Tough-Kit, Pansykit, negative. So Coralclaw brought Frostkit, he's a bossy kitten, and Parsley-Kit, she's a nervous kitten, and they have outsider roots. But these two are half-clan. Interesting. You know what, I'm just going to leave it blank for right now. That's an interesting thing there. Gonna have them go out for training. Our Wasspaw's okay. Checking for that badger again. Had a quick snack but brought back plenty of prey. Got some burdock and a bunch of plantain. Curlewpaw has white cough. Wasppaw feels better now. Wheatstar Pansykit, small negative. Deermark Tough-Kit positive. Curlewpaw Deermark small negative. Alderstripe Parsley-Kit positive. Stumpytail Oddpaw small positive. Coralclaw Oddpaw positive. Marigold Ice Parsley-Kit small negative. Rivernose Marigold Ice small positive. Troutrun Wasppaw negative. Rookleaf Parsley-Kit negative. Lakethroat Marigold Ice neutral. Oddpaw Wasppaw small positive. Wasppaw Oddpaw positive. Pansykit Frostkit negative. Tough-Kit Frostkit positive. Frostkit Tough-Kit negative. Parsley-Kit Pansykit positive. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a second to recognize these two because their names are super similar. I'm sorry, sometimes it takes me a minute. Let's see, we'll have some training be done. They did well in their training. Let's see, learning some new fighting techniques. Couldn't make sense of a vision, that's okay. Deermark has a runny nose. Oddpaw twisted their paw. Dandelion went bad. It's okay. Wheatstar Curlewfoot positive. Deermark Curlewfoot small positive. Curlewfoot Troutrun small negative. Alderstripe Rivernose neutral. Stumpytail Alderstripe positive. Coralclaw Rivernose neutral. Marigold Ice Alderstripe positive. Rivernose Tough-Kit positive. Troutrun Lakethroat positive. Rookleaf Wheatstar small negative. Lakethroat Rookleaf positive. Oddpaw Parsley-Kit negative. Wasppaw Oddpaw small positive. Pansykit Parsley-Kit small negative. Tough-Kit Pansykit negative. Frostkit Tough-Kit negative. Sorry, small negative. Parsley-Kit Pansykit positive. Okay. Let's see. You know what? You're gonna go with Alderstripe. Learning some new fighting techniques. Not gonna catch that rabbit. Got a bunch of poppy. Stumpytail and Lakethroat's expecting kits. Interesting. We now have Odd Blink and Wasp Minnow as warriors. Marigold Ice fought a dog and got hurt. Pansykit was scolded. Lakethroat saved Rookleaf from a hawk but was hurt. Odd Blink's brain's better, and the Goldenrod went bad. Interesting. I wonder whose kits Stumpytail's having. Wheatstar Alderstripe positive. Deermark Marigold Ice positive. Curlewfoot Alderstripe small positive. Alderstripe Coralclaw negative. Stumpytail Marigold Ice positive. Coralclaw Alderstripe positive. Marigold Ice Pansykit positive. Rivernose Troutrun negative. Troutrun Lake Throat neutral, Rookleaf, Wasppaw positive, Lake Throat, Parsley-Kit positive, Oddblink, Curlyfoot positive, Wasp Minnow, Wheatstar small negative, Pansykit, Tuftkit small negative, Tuftkit, Troutrun small positive, Frostkit, Pansykit small positive, Parsley-Kit, Pansykit small negative. Okay. Let's see, Oddblink, she's sneaky and an excellent speaker. And Wasp Minnow is faithful and extremely smart. Okay, that's interesting. Pansykit and Tuftkit are about to become apprentices here. So let's do some random patrols. We found an abandoned kit, which was Falconkit. We're not gonna hunt on another clan's border. Got some thyme, goldenrod, and dandelion. Let's check out Falconkit. She's a little impulsive baby. Goodness me, she's a full little white kitten. Stumpytail thinks she'll have 2 kits. Lakethroat thinks she'll have 4 kits. Deermark's better. Curlewfoot's better. Stumpytail has yellow cough. That's not good. Wasp Minnow has runny cough. That's not good. Falconkit has a runny nose. That's pretty bad. Wheatstar, Pansykit neutral. Deermark, Coralclaw negative. Curlewfoot, Wheatstar small positive. Alderstripe, Tuftkit positive. Stumpytail, Tuftkit positive. Coralclaw, Marigold Ice small positive. Marigold Ice, Alderstripe positive. Rivernose, Marigold Ice positive. Troutrun, Wasp Minnow small negative. Lake Throat, Curlewfoot small positive. Rookleaf, Troutrun negative. Oddblink, Rookleaf positive. Wasp Minnow, Frostkit small negative. Pansykit, Wheatstar positive. Tuftkit, Coralclaw small positive. Frostkit, Parsley-Kit positive. Parsley-Kit, Deermark negative. Falconkit, Tuftkit small negative. Okay. Nothing too bad. We're not going to hunt on another clan's territory. Alderstripe's okay. Got some elder leaves and catmint. That's good. We'll stop here at 60 moons. So we now have Whisper. Stumpytail had 1 kitten, but unfortunately Stumpytail passed away giving birth to her kitten. Lake Throat and Marigold Ice have 3 kits. Pansypaw has Troutrun. Tuftpaw has Rivernose. Marigold Ice and Lake Throat died from a claw wound, so both of the mothers died. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious. Stumpytail had Rowan Kit. She's a polite kitten and half clan. Interesting. And then Lake Throat and Marigold Ice have Kite Kit. He's a sweet kitten. Rowan Kit, she's a little polite kitten. Holly Kit, he's a daring kitten. And Thistle Kit, she's a daydreamer kitten. Oh my goodness. These poor kittens both lost their mothers. And unfortunately, this is where I'm going to wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed this, do please let me know what you guys think and what you guys would like to see next. And just before we go, Pansypaw is troublesome and has Troutrun, and Tuftpaw has Rivernose and he's adventurous. I hope you all have a good day, everybody, and goodbye.